Today's creative world is entertainment.
And Mark, transmedia spreads over various mediums, but what does it mean when your work affects government administrations, as stated on your website?
Starlight Runner has always found itself to be a conduit to information for people. We believe that information is vital to everyone. So we did get involved with some NGOs and government entities that would help spread information. I'm trying to skate through this. Help spread information to the masses that they normally do not receive through narrative. So we've worked with the governments of Mexico and Colombia, and through a narrative angle, we've been able to tell the story of the people in certain regions that were suffering from a certain oppression. Okay? So this is not about servicing government entities to make the government richer. It's about the government hiring us to help people who do not receive the information that they need in order to get past their oppressors. Does it work all the time? No. Does it work some of the time? Yes. And we'll continue to do that where we feel it's needed and when we're asked, and if we feel if it's appropriate. So yes, working with NGOs and government officials on certain aspects is very important to Starlight Runner.
The message that we try to give out to the people of the various countries that we've worked for on a scale is how to empower them, how to give them a voice, and also how to get organizations to listen to them. Because before it used to be an attitude of, oh, well, this is what we're doing, this is what you're going to get, and that's it. But what we've done is empower the people to give their voice so that they could be serviced better, whatever that service may be. One of the projects that we had worked on was in Australia for a university to reach out to the Aboriginal students because they had a very high dropout rate. And so we had to figure out why was that happening, and how does the university reach out to them and talk to them in a way that they would understand and respond positively. And that was a long project, and we also learned a lot from that. So it also helps us because, like I said, we learned from all this, and it helps us to improve how we put out our message for future projects.
I would love to talk to you guys more and hear your guys' story, but we're already at the end of our time today, so I'd just like to leave off with this last question. So as you guys are the creative team of Starlight Runner, we are also titled Creative World for our TV show. What does the word creative, or maybe being creative, kind of mean to each of you?
Being creative just means to me that you're allowed to express yourself honestly. Okay, if you can just express yourself honestly, then you're being, in my mind, you're being creative. So you don't have to be a musician, or an artist, or a writer. Being creative deep down means that you are free enough to express yourself for who you are. The moment you're not allowed to do that, you're no longer creating. And that's, to me, that's a big thing. And it's taken me years. The younger generation figured that out a lot sooner than us. But to me, that's being creative, allowing yourself the freedom to express yourself.
No, I completely agree. To me, creativity is all about allowing ourselves to be vessels for connection with each other. Creativity takes all kinds of different forms. Like Mark said, it doesn't have to be confined to one medium or one profession. Being creative is about exploring our own boundaries and being open-minded with one another.
Well, for me, being creative means having an open mind, exploring things from maybe a different perspective, something that may not necessarily have, be something that is common or obvious, forcing myself to get out of my comfort zone, look at things that maybe originally I would find offensive and then head towards that and, unravel it and, ingest it and then give another output of what it is, that maybe I was not completely understood or had some sort of fears, and then just coming to terms with what it was. And in that process, I discover a lot about myself. And I think creativity is also learning about who we are and where we can go, and always keeping an open mind and never say, shut anything down, no matter how scary it may seem. Just always be open and always try to see things from different lenses, different perspectives. Trying to get into the head of other people, or, even maybe how an animal sees the world, because it's like as open as I can be. And I have to explore all these different facets. And to me, that's what creativity is.
For me, creativity is identity. There are 8 billion people on this planet. And how does one distinguish themselves from every other person around? Creativity is the establishment of the self in an increasingly large and cavernous world, and that can be linking to others to create something as a group. It can be finding something special about yourself that you bring to the world. But what, in my opinion, matters the most about creativity is that it is whatever allows you to face the day and shout, "I am here," in whatever form that may take.
Yeah, I think everybody touched on the word really well, but I think for me, creativity is pretty much using your imagination and turning your dreams into reality. So I think I find that in every one of us, we have our own imaginations and dreams. Once you've established your own dream, you want to use all your effort to pursue it, to make it reality. And just like I think Eiji Tsuburaya, who is probably one of the most creative people in our history, he just wished to make life happier and beautiful just through his fantasy films.
Thank you so much, guys. So today's guests were the creative team from Starlight Runner, the world's top leaders in the transmedia industry. Thank you guys all so much for joining us today. It was such a pleasure to have you on our show.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks. This episode will be available on YouTube this coming Saturday. For details, please check out our Facebook page. Next, more exciting materials to show you all.
今日はうどんだよって言うとみんな喜ぶ。家にあって安心。すぐに食べれていつでもおいしい家族の味方。昔も今もこれからも。なんかいい匂いするね。おかえり。食卓を支える安心の味であり続けたい。白菊のさぬきやうどん。
一度ダメだったとしてもチャンスはまたあるんで。夢を持ち続けて頑張ってほしいなというふうに思いますね。
Next, let's jam with Yoyoka!
This is Yoyoka. Here is my video. Enjoy!
Your heart, kick off your shoes, and know you ain't going anywhere. Run round a town, singing your blues, and know you ain't going anywhere. Always been a good friend of mine, but always stay farewell. And the only time that you're satisfied, cause you're free. And a wishing well, a wishing well. Go. Throw down your gun, you might shoot yourself, or the doubt what you're trying to do. Pull up the fight to be bleed, to be right. Someday the sun will stand through. We'll always got something to hide, something you just can't tell. And the only time that you're satisfied, go when you're free and a wishing well, wishing well. And I know what you're wishing for, love in a peaceful world, love in a peaceful world, love in a peaceful world.
Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Next, Godzilla alert!
Hello, this is Heisenberg.
Hey there, this is G Forever, and we are Luminous News on YouTube.
Yes, we're here to review Baragon from Playmates Toys. And here he is in the box.
Baragon, 1965 by Playmates in the Toho series. So
Yes.
He comes with two pieces, just his tail and himself, easily put together. And let's take a look.
No, it looks very cute. And
Yeah.
the movie was Frankenstein versus Baragon. Came out in 1965.
Yes, and I'm looking at him. It actually looks more like the 1968 Baragon. The one giveaway is because they look very similar, the heads are slightly different. You can usually tell by the horn. The horn that is straighter is usually the 65, and the more curved horn is the 68.
So here you can see this comparison. This is the Bandai. This Bandai came out in 1992, but this is also based on the Baragon, based on 1965.
Yes.
I think the Bandai actually is more accurate to how he did look in the 1965 movie.
Yeah, the colors are definitely more, I guess, artistic back then. They used some metallic blues, metallic browns, and then matte colors for the eyes and teeth and nose.
Yeah,
and
but I actually
horn.
prefer how the Bandai, or excuse me, I prefer how the Playmates looks. I like that. I like this, how this Playmates looks better. And again, I think he is, so I think it is more, I think you're right. This is more how he looked in 68, which is more, one of my favorite movies, so I'm happy with that.
Destroy All Monsters.
So here's another Baragon based on another movie. This is Baragon 2001, based on the 2001 movie Godzilla.
Mothra, King Ghidorah, Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, giant monsters, all-out attack.
Yes.
So one of my favorites, and Baragon was one of the special guardian monsters. So really cool to see Baragon reprised in a new Millennium film. So definitely, and this was an 8-inch scale figure. So I really like the 8-inch figures. So really wish Bandai would come back to the 8-inch scale. But so we can see the differences in size. You can see the underbelly has more paint on the older Bandai.
Yeah,
and here's a
new Bandai.
Yeah, new Bandai. Yep.
This year, 2023, but also based on the 1965 movie.
Yes, part of the movie monster series. So we can see here Baragon is more gray for some reason, but he does have that 65 look to his face. The ears are opened and the horn is straight. Luckily, they didn't skip out on the paint. I think there is some paint in the mouth, the teeth, eyes, and horns. But the Playmates definitely is more colorful.
Yeah, I like this Playmates the most. This is Heisenberg.
And G Forever, hoping you enjoyed the Playmates Baragon figure.
We hope you enjoyed the show. We will continue to introduce successful people from various fields, as well as supporting young up-and-coming talents who are passionate and dedicated to advancing their careers in their industries. Don't forget to tune in. Until then, you have a wonderful week. See you next time.
Let's see who our guest is on the next episode.
Hi, I'm Joseph from Libera. Thank you for tuning in to Creative World. Bye!
See you next week. Bye! Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, please check out our social media sites at CWTV Hollywood.
Tradition is tasted, resplendent with grain. Sips of time slip through light. I'd hold this taste to feel forever. It pours a century of wisdom. It pours a generation of legacy. Sourced from a sacred mountain, it rises. How many ways can this taste dazzle in days? This taste lives forever. Barley Shochu. Mugio.
チャンスはたくさんあると思うので、本当に自分が思った時に何か行動をするということが一番大事だと思うので、そういう自分のこの瞬間的な気持ちみたいなものをなんかこう持っててほしいし。
Thank you so much for coming today. And nice to meet you for everyone who is live streaming right now. I am Natalie Emmons, your host for today. The title of the show is Wish, as in reaching for your dreams, wish. And today, the program is going to fly by, so please enjoy every spectacular moment. 皆さん、楽しんでいてください!
まあ、一度ダメだったとしてもチャンスはまたあるんで、若ければ若いほど、そういう意味では夢をこう持ち続けてなんか頑張ってほしいなというふうに思いますね。